Hello and welcome. Live from Channels Television's global headquarters in Lagos, Nigeria. You're watching Newsroom series. I'm Dominic Iwiu, and today our focus would be on the southeast. But before we begin, let's have a snippet of our top stories making the rounds at the moment. Justice Binta Nyako of the Federal High Court has ordered the Senate to recall the suspended lawmaker representing Kogi Central, Senator Natasha Akpoti-Oduaghan. Delivering judgment, Justice Nyako described as excessive the 6-month suspension that was slammed on the lawmaker by the Senate. It faulted the provision of Chapter 8 of the Senate Standing Rules as well as Section 14 of the Legislative Houses, Powers and Privileges Act, declaring both as overreaching. The court also held that the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, was not wrong to have denied Senator Natasha, who was not on the official seat that was allotted to her, the opportunity to speak during plenary. But the 6-month suspension handed to her was same as pushing her away from her responsibilities to her constituents for about 180 days. Earlier, Justice Nyako found Senator Akpoti-Oduaghan and imposed a fine of 5 million naira on the senator after she was found guilty of contempt over a satirical apology she posted on her Facebook page on April 27. The counsel argued that the post was not connected to the court's order concerning her suspension, but rather referred to a separate issue involving sexual harassment allegations against the third respondent, the Senate President. However, after reviewing the post and the application before her, Justice Nyako said she was satisfied that it was linked to the suspension matter and therefore found the plaintiff guilty of contempt. We begin in Enugu State, where Governor Peter Mba has called for the creation of an additional state for the southeast to place it at par with the other 6 geopolitical zones. Mr. Mba also made a case for rotational presidency and state police to give every part of the country a sense of belonging and secure the nation better. He spoke while he received members of the Senate Committee on Constitution Amendment who were on a courtesy visit to him at the Government House, Enugu, ahead of the regional public hearing on Constitution Amendment holding at the International Conference Center, Enugu, during the weekend. Speaking earlier, Senate Deputy Chief Whip and leader of the delegation, Senator Onyekachi Nwabwenyi, said the committee is in Enugu to get the inputs of the people of the Southeast into the Constitution Amendment process.
That this engagement will afford us, the people of Southeast, an opportunity to rewrite some wrongs as a result of the position of the 1999 Constitution, which we, the people of Southeast, are crying foul that we are being marginalized in so many areas, particularly as it relates to the number of states, just opposing same with other geopolitical zones of Nigeria.
One that excites us most is the idea of state policing. Okay, we have always campaigned, we've advocated ardently that there is need for state to create state police services, just as you have the federal police with defined jurisdictions and operational parameters. We think that is overdue, and there couldn't be a better time for that, given all the fragilities we have in our various communities. The state police would be a truly welcome development in our constitution.
Staying in Enugu State, the All Progressives Congress in the state has condemned the one-party system and high taxation amongst low-income earners in the state. Speaking at a rally to welcome new members in Ibo-Etiti local government area of Enugu State, the Minister of Science and Technology and the leader of the party in the state, Mr. Uche Naji, said that state government has failed to channel the taxes to key sectors of the economy and human development. He says the APC is promising a better leadership in the next election cycle if voted for by the people.
The All Progressives Congress in Enugu State is gradually consolidating its structure and gaining momentum ahead of the 2027 general elections. Minister of Science and Technology, Mr. Uche Naji, led key party stakeholders to Ibo-Etiti local government area to welcome new defectors to the party. During the rally, the APC criticized the state's PDP-led government for imposing high taxes on low-income earners.
That money, if it is being utilized, if that money is being utilized, our teeming young men, youth, and women, free education for students, and have good health facilities for students.
Speaking at the event, Honorable Sunday Omeha, who represents Udi Ezeagu Federal Constituency, reveals that Enugu deserves better governance under the APC.
Yes. We must reclaim our position. Correct. We were once the pride, the heart, the alter ego of the Southeast. That position we want to reclaim it again. And the only way to do it is to go to the center to make sure that Enugu from 2027 is ruled by a government of the APC.
The state party chairman, Ugochukwu Agwala, also emphasized the need for a free and fair election in 2027 to restore the founding vision of the state.
And that's why we say there must be competitive politics in Enugu. We want to restore the dreams of the founding fathers of our land. The founders of our land believed there was going to be a great state. When they created Enugu, it was the primus inter pares in the committee of states. It was the first amongst equals. Enugu was more developed than River State. Enugu was more developed than Delta State. Enugu was competing with Ibadan and Lagos. Today, Enugu has been overtaken by even local governments. So PDP must go.
This marks APC's third major rally in 3 months, signaling its readiness to challenge the status quo and build voter confidence across the state.
The political landscape of Anambra State has quaked with excitement as the governorship candidate of the Action Alliance, AA, Mr. Jeff Nweke, has hosted his first political grassroots meeting. The meeting is to familiarize with his people and ardent followers and to prepare their minds ahead of the November 8 governorship election, where he urges everyone to ensure that they have their voters' card, which will enable them participate and vote for the Action Alliance massively. The rains have come, bringing hope of survival in agriculture and in other areas of life for many people. But for the people of Mgbaoku in Oka North local government area of Anambra State, flooding is wreaking havoc in their community, and they have cried to the state government to come to their aid. According to the President General of the community, Mr. Basil Nwokel Machuku, while on a tour of various areas where the menace wreaked havoc with officials of the State Ministry of Environment, the flood is severe as it is only devastating their roads, but also displacing hundreds and destroying homesteads and farmlands. Over in Imo State, the state governor, Senator Hope Uzodimma, has reaffirmed his administration's zero tolerance for corruption and any form of misconduct within the state civil service. He warns that any civil servant, regardless of rank, found guilty of unethical practices will be relieved of their duties. Governor Uzodimma made this known during the official swearing-in ceremony of 24 newly appointed permanent secretaries into the Imo State Civil Service. According to him, the appointments were strictly based on merit and form part of his administration's commitments to reposition the public service for better service delivery and accelerated development. He maintains that the initiative aligns with his administration's vision of building a new Imo that works for all indigents. Our Imo State correspondent, Eyitokwe Kutei, reports.
The Ndubuisi Kanu Executive Chambers at the Government House of Weri comes alive once again as top government officials, political office holders, traditional rulers, civil servants, friends and family gather to witness the swearing-in ceremony of the 24 new permanent secretaries. Governor Uzodimma is present to personally lead the charge. To the business of the day, the newly appointed officials take their oath of office and oath of allegiance in orderly batches.
I said as may be required. For the due discharge of my duties as a permanent secretary. So help me God.
Following the formalities, they signed their confirmation letters and received congratulatory handshakes from the governor. Speaking on behalf of the appointees, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Labour and Productivity, Mr. Okeji Chidebere, expresses profound appreciation for the opportunity to serve. He assures on behalf of his colleagues that they will do their work with utmost professionalism and protect the integrity of their offices.
Your Excellency, I have the mandate of the newly inaugurated Permanent Secretaries to assure you and reassure you, sir, that we shall never fail. Your Excellency, service, good service which you already rendered to Imo citizens. Your Excellency, in the quality of governance, you have always been noted as a high performer, and we shall not fall your hand in the
With the appointments based solely on merit, the government charges them to uphold principles of excellence and discipline and to align fully with his administration's reform agenda for an efficient and accountable public service.
If the citadel of justice is corrupt, the body politics will rotten. If you are found wanting, the civil service will decay. So we are going home with our mandate. Mandate that a new Imo is possible. If you believe in it, you will make sacrifices. You may be hungry and say no to food, so that we can move from where we are to where we are supposed to be.
As a demonstration of government support and to ease their operational responsibilities, it presents each of them with official vehicles. The swearing-in of the 24 permanent secretaries is expected to lay the foundation for institutional reforms, sustainable growth, and improved public service delivery. Eyi Topakute, Channels Television News.
The Southeast Renewed Hope Agenda has inaugurated its Abia State chapter with a pledge to deepen President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope vision at the grassroots level, as well as secure victory for President Bola Tinubu in the 2027 general elections. Speaking to journalists shortly after distributing cash grants and business equipment such as sewing machines, among others, the national coordinator commended President Tinubu for setting up the Southeast Development Commission, describing it as a strategic move to boost the region's growth, while highlighting the President Tinubu-led administration's achievements in economic reforms, infrastructure and education. The national coordinator urged members across 17 local government areas in Abia State to intensify mobilization efforts across their communities.
This is the government for the young people. This is the government for all of us. That is why you see all of us are coming together. We are saying, President Tinubu, we are solidly behind you. We are going to rally for you. We are going to work for you. We are going to commit to your re-election. We will ensure that you are re-elected. Look at what is happening here today. From the world to the LUGAs to states. That is the people you are seeing. Local government coordinators and their secretaries and executives. LUGA coordinators and their executives. All these people are coming together. And we are saying, President Tinubu, you are our dear president. And we will do all we can. And we will do all we have to make sure that in Southeast, we deliver Tinubu 2027. Every ward, they are having, all the coordinators, they are having this equipment. We have sewing machines, grinding machines, hair drying machines, and other equipment, and cash transfer of 200,000 to 200 people. We are not here to joke. We are here for Mr. President. We are here to communicate the policies. We are here for the programs. We are here to make sure that our people, we are being carried along.
The SEHA coordinators promised to work together as a family to deliver President Bola Tinubu in the 2027 election.
Youth empowerment programs, including skills acquisition, entrepreneurship training, and mentorship. Women's empowerment initiatives such as economic empowerment, health and education programs, community development projects, including infrastructure development,
healthcare and education. Our programs to engage with national leaders, marketing and other key stakeholders.
My wonderful message to all the coordinators across the 17 LGAs of Abia State and the world coordinators is that there is joy and there is commitment in whatever you are doing. I am encouraging them to be dedicated, to be disciplined, to be proactive and focused, to make sure they do everything humanly possible to deliver Mr. President. And when you help him, truly, you will reap the dividends of democracy.
The David Umahi Federal University Teaching Hospital in Ebonyi State has achieved significant milestones in advancing medical health care delivery with ultra-modern facilities, cutting-edge equipment, and innovative technology as it pushes ahead with efforts to reduce the level of medical tourism in the country. According to the hospital's management, the 300-bed facility has performed over 400 complex surgeries and other medical services, advancing medical health care delivery in Nigeria.
David Umahi Federal University Teaching Hospital, Dufus, located in Uburu, Ebonyi State, is fast becoming a medical hub in southeast Nigeria. Established in 2022, the 300-bed hospital has performed over 400 complex surgeries using advanced technology. The Chief Medical Director, Professor Uzoma Agu, praises the institution's progress, but is appealing for urgent power supply from the national grid to fully unlock its capacity for quality healthcare delivery.
Between January 2023 to April 2025, we have performed 412 surgeries, 15,148 outpatient visits, and 254 total deliveries. Our IGR has risen from 0 naira to 200 million. Power supply, I don't need to stress. With power supply, we run our machines, and our IGR will increase. And we take care of one of the challenges here. If we have power, we will care for our patients in a very comfortable environment. If we have power, we can run our water comfortably. You have water continuously.
Governor Francis Nwifuru, represented by Deputy Governor Patricia Obila, pledges continued support for the hospital, emphasizing its role in ending medical tourism and improving health access across the region.
The establishment of this teaching hospital was not mainly on infrastructure development, not at all. It was a comprehensive vision to provide accessible quality health care to our people. And as I look around, I can proudly say that we have made a significant stride in achieving this vision. The hospital has become a center for advanced medical training, ensuring that our students are equipped with the skill and knowledge necessary for them to excel in their medical field.
The event features the unveiling of the hospital's magazine Groundbreaking for New Projects and the presentation of research grants to scientists. Award recipients expressed their gratitude, noting the boost it gives to their impactful healthcare research.
I am researching on the prevalence of TB and HIV co-infection in the Ozara local government area, spanning from 2020 till date. Yes, it's a very big encouragement because I'm a young researcher, and research in Nigeria involves a lot of funding, and being a beneficiary of this one is a great encouragement to me.
I see this incentive as a gateway to further encourage medical and healthcare practitioners to go into research, because there is scarcity of funds and research is capital intensive. So with this support and the support of this nature, it will encourage me to go further, and many other health practitioners to go further into research.
Dufus stands as a beacon of modern healthcare innovation and a key step in reversing Nigeria's reliance on foreign medical treatment.
The Abia State Governor, Dr. Alex Oti, has charged his Executive Council members to develop a robust and sustainable execution template that will drive the attainment of Abia's strategic governance targets for the current fiscal year. Speaking while declaring open the first Executive Council retreat for 2025, organized for the enlarged State Exco members, Dr. Alex Oti reiterated his administration's commitment to raising governance standards far beyond those of past administration, emphasizing that every sector of Abia's economic and social service ecosystem is crucial to the state's development.
I'm very pleased that all through the sessions of this retreat, we prioritize knowledge application over everything else in the push to ramp up the collective capacities of our different ministries, departments, and agencies to drive the execution of the programs of the administration. The structure of the retreat was chosen in response to the challenges that militate against the effective delivery of the mandates of our various MPs. The gap we observed as we analyzed sectoral performances at the end of the first quarter was not necessarily about knowing what to do, because we have a team of very knowledgeable persons driving government programs and policies in all sectors. We may not have covered it all, but without a shadow of doubt, this retreat has equipped us with new insights that will further enrich our capacity for execution and the application of our rich wealth of knowledge in the conduct of government business.
A civil society organization in Enugu State is calling, in collaboration with the French Embassy, has called on the state government, the police and the media to partner with it to end the gender-based violence cycle in the state. During a press conference in Enugu, the group preferred a solution to the menace, mentioning the roles it must play. The CSOs and the French government believe that a menace like gender-based violence is a special case that must include tactical and all-inclusive solution-based approach.
We actually appreciate, I personally appreciate your disposition.
Thank you. I'm a little bit worried because you...
Let me also start from you again. Is it okay? This project aims to reduce the incidences of gender-based violence and harmful traditional practices in Enugu State through the following specific goals. 1. Establishing the Enugu State GBV Task Force and facilitating the signing of Memorandum of Understanding between the Ministries of Children, Gender Affairs and Social Development, Ministry of Justice, the Nigerian Police, and the GBV Task Force for integrated GBV response in Enugu State. Training and deploying community advocacy groups to raise awareness, drive behavior change, and link survivors to services.
And that's where we draw the curtains on this edition of Newsroom Series. I'm Dominic. Enjoy the rest of your day.